The internet raked me over the coals because of this $89 whole vegan turkey. Now it's time to cook this monster. Made by Vegetarian Plus, it comes with gravy, stuffing, and a 4-pound bird. Adding onions, celery, and parsley to the stuffing mix, and mushrooms to the gravy. Stuffing the bird became a challenge. The stuffing hole wasn't big enough, and I was worried it was starting to tear. But we got in some. Created a basting sauce with melted vegan butter, maple syrup, orange zest, and some mirin, and painting the bird. Topped with rosemary. Covered in foil and into the oven at 350 for about 40 minutes. A second basting and back in for another 20 minutes with the foil off. Visually, the results are astonishing. If you squint a little bit, it looks like a real turkey. In the next video, I will provide my honest opinion of this bird and whether or not it's worth the $89. What do you think about this? Would you try it? But is it worth $89? My review of the whole vegan turkey. The closest experience to cooking a real turkey without a real turkey. And to me, visually, it's a home run. However, there are drawbacks to this giant vegan bird. The gravy and stuffing provided are below average and need extra ingredients and a load of seasoning to be acceptable. And the turkey itself takes effort to make tasty. Actually, I steamed it in tin foil and it might have gotten a little too moist. Probably my fault the way I cooked it. Flavor-wise, the turkey meat did not blow me away. It was good, but not great. The end pieces are definitely more tasty. So is it worth it? If you want a quick, hassle-free roast, you should go with the Field Roast Celebration Roast, Trader Joe's, or Gardein. Any of these roasts are just as tasty at a fraction of the price. But if you like a challenge, you have skill in the kitchen, and you want a show-stopping presentation, this might fit the bill. Which social media platform is the most hostile to vegans? Based on my very unscientific experiment, posting one impactful video across my platforms, I shared a reel of myself cooking a whole vegan turkey made of soy. And apparently, this was a deeply threatening act to some corners of the internet. Instagram was the chillest. Mostly positive vibes, with a couple of trolls sprinkled in for seasoning. TikTok surprised me, with a noticeable spike in hostility. Lots of snark, plenty of meat-based memes, and a handful of people that seem genuinely offended by tofu. But Facebook, Facebook! That crowd came in swinging! Hundreds of angry comments, barf emojis, outrage, and some truly meat-spirited responses. You think I'd announced a ban on bacon and canceled Thanksgiving at the same time? That's my takeaway. What do you make of this? Instead of dropping $89 for a fancy soy-based vegan bird for Friendsgiving, I got a cheapskate hack that's just as delicious. Maybe even better. I grabbed these soy vegan birds at Asian supermarkets. They're made by Veggie Best, cost under $10, and take almost zero effort to prepare. Here's what I did. Seasoned the defrosted bird with salt, pepper, rosemary, and melted vegan butter, wrapped it in a foil envelope, and air fried it for about 20 minutes at 350. Then I took the foil off, popped it back in for another 5 minutes to crisp up the skin. Served it with homemade gravy, and wow! It was delicious, and I had plenty to share. And the omnivores at Friendsgiving? They swore it tasted better than the real turkey. Yes, really. What do you think? Would you try it? Pimping out a vegan mini roast into the ultimate vegan turkey leg? And this recipe is super easy. And the results? Absolutely ridiculous. I spotted these mini Gardein turkey roasts at Sprouts, and I instantly knew my mission. Step 1, grab some prepared tofu skin from the 99 Ranch Market. Step 2, whip up a sweet and savory marinade, maple syrup, soy sauce, liquid smoke, smoked paprika, garlic powder, and let the tofu skin soak up every drop of flavor. Air fry the mini roasts till they're crispy, then skewer them with a sugarcane stick for the bone. Now it's time to wrap the roast tightly in the marinated tofu skin. Then wrap it in plastic and let it chill in the fridge for at least an hour. I'm brushing on some barbecue sauce. and send it back in the air fryer at 350 for about 25 minutes. You'll be the envy of any omnivore Friendsgiving. Hold it high and eat it like vegan royalty. This is not a waffle. It's leftover stuffing that I waffleized. This is not ice cream. It's vegan mashed potatoes. Laying down a slab of vegan fried turkey and topped with microwave cranberry for the ultimate vegan Friendsgiving leftovers. Improving my scallion pancake bagel. Okay, I'm lying. I bought this bagel at Hank's, but I did make the sesame one, and it's respectable. But several folks said I did it wrong, and I should have boiled it first. So let's see if it makes the difference. Forming a scallion pancake into bagel form and throwing it into boiling water for 60 seconds. I think the bagel's supposed to float to the top, but this one stayed down. And tossing it into a pile of everything seasoning and into the air fryer. Baked at 320 for about 15 minutes. It looked great from the outside, but upon slicing, I noticed it was still not completely done. So I gave it a toast for another 3 minutes. And here is the cross section. And here it is side by side by a professionally made everything bagel. It's smaller, but I think it holds its own. And the boiling did help the texture on the outside and gave it a little more bite. I think that scallion pancake bagels are gonna catch on, 'cause they rule! I saw this hellish viral video where someone made a chocolate chip cookie only using white bread, milk, and chocolate chips. Challenge accepted. But I'm making this better and vegan. Tearing up a white bun and pouring in some plant milk. Too much milk, have to add the other half. And in go the vegan chocolate chips. And forming it into cookie form. Right now, it's time for me to apologize to all the bakers out there. I wonder if this is how Lenny and Larry got their start. Oiling the air fryer, and in it goes. At 350 for about 15 minutes. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it smells like cookies baking. The result looks very much like a cookie. In fact, it has no business looking this good. But how does it taste? Now, this is more like a chocolate chip scone than a cookie. But if I paid $8 at a cafe for this, I wouldn't be sad. Thumbs up for white bread cookies! Have I hacked vegan baklava? It's an incredible Middle Eastern dessert, but it's time-consuming to make. But can I make it in less than 15 minutes with my dollar store waffle maker? Main ingredient, phyllo dough. It's vegan-friendly, handful of nuts, blending pistachios and cashews. Cinnamon, sugar, and melted vegan butter for the filling. Using 1 sheet of phyllo dough and painting with a layer of vegan butter. And down goes the nut mixture. Let's fold it over and add another layer of nuts. Some butter on the maker and more vegan butter on top. And let's see how this works. While it waffleizes, let's make a syrup of rose water, maple syrup, and a squeeze of lemon. It's perfectly crispy. Let's pour over the syrup and let it soak for a few minutes. And topped with more crushed nuts. It's not that authentic, but it tastes like it. Super delicious. Do you know what this is? Does it work? Using Trader Joe's scallion pancakes and mushroom tofu filling, forming dumpling, and using the device. Pan fry steam, and here is the result. It doesn't do much, but it's fun to play with. Have you ever tried lava tofu? I was at H Mart and I saw this package. Lava tofu in brine from Freshway. Lava tofu is a Chinese street food from the Yunnan province. It's firm tofu soaked in vinegar and salt to achieve a molten, creamy center. I've made something similar, but I've never seen it packaged like this, so I had to try it. I tossed them in cornstarch, put them in the air fryer, and gave them an avocado oil spray. Created a dipping sauce of soy sauce, vinegar, chili crisp, and green onion. Fried them at 400 for about 12 minutes. Upon trying them, they definitely weren't molten. They tasted good, but they had a spongy texture instead. So I have the suspicion that these tofu cubes were frozen and then thawed, messing with the lava texture. Follow my page as I'm going to make my own lava tofu to create a deliciously oozy sensation. Vegan hot dog sushi. Vegan hot dogs are having a moment. Oscar Mayer is releasing a vegan dog. And Impossible Meat is launching theirs. Today I'm using the humble plant-based Light Life dog, wrapping it in vegan bacon, tethered with toothpicks, and pan-fried to perfection. Nori. Lay down a thin layer of rice. Fresh sliced jalapeno, cucumber, and laying down the bacon-wrapped dog. Giving it a roll. And it's perfect! Slice, but we're not finished. And topped with sriracha mayo and green onion. Now, if somebody asks you if you'd like sushi or hot dogs, just say yes!